Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is yet another installment of the Married Man Side Heffa saga. So before I get questioned about it, let me go ahead and show y'all what the shirt looked like, because y'all ain't gonna see it in its entirety while I'm doing this video. So you might as well go ahead and read it now. Pause it if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get going with the story. But I love this shirt. I thought it was really cute, so I picked it up. But anyway, let me tell y'all what happened. I'm gonna try my best to be brief. So I was minding my business, and the day had just started, and so the newest married man rolled up on me. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "I'm fine. How are you?" And he was like, "I'm good." So I was like, "Okay." So, he seemed like he was in a really good mood. And so then he rolled up and was like, "Yeah, I went and looked at your profile. You're a very nice looking woman. You're a very attractive woman." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." Like I'm so awkward, y'all. I'm so used to being in a relationship and accepting a compliment from whoever, like no matter who you are. I'm very awkward when it comes to accepting a compliment, because there are times that I'll be looking at them like, what were you looking at that day? Like, are we looking at the same person? Like, are we looking at the same person? Like, I'm so all the way down today, and you getting your entire life. Like, why? I don't know. I be so confused sometimes, but I'm like, I guess, whatever. So anyway, y'all, I went on ahead and told him something that I'm pretty sure it kind of made him feel a little good on the inside, but it's true. He actually like kind of favors one of my exes. I had an ex that lived in Bessemer, Alabama. He was ex-Marine, and the situation just didn't work out. It was a mess. I really, really, really did care about this person a lot, but it was just a mess. So anyway, the only difference between the two of them really is the fact that my ex has hazel eyes, and a lot of times he'll like his eyes were like always like squinted or whatever. This guy's at times his are squinted. So when I saw what his pictures looked like versus how he be taking, well, not really taking pictures in real life, how he looks in real life, I was like, wait a minute, because I kept looking at him like, dang, why he look like somebody like he really looks familiar, but I know I haven't met him before. It's because at times he kind of favors my ex, and the only real difference is the fact that my ex had hazel eyes. So I was just like, okay. So I told him that. I said, you actually favor my ex back home or whatever. He was like, oh, okay then. So yeah, y'all tell me why. The conversation continued. And so like he went and did something real quick, and he came back and was talking to me again. So tell me why. Off rip, he was like, yeah, I'm trying to go to another shift. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking it's just because that's where he wanted to be anyway. And sometimes you just got to get in where you fit in until you can go where you're trying to go. Nah. He actually likes the shift that we work on together, but the side heifer is the problem. This man told me out of his own mouth the same thing that I say myself, which I've never shared with him. I never said anything about her stupidity to him. I've never said anything about her existence to this man. Keep that in mind. He said, whenever she ain't working, like if it's the days that she's scheduled to be off or she just didn't show up, it's a great day. Ain't no issues, ain't no drama. But when she here, it's all kinds of drama popping off. It's just always something. She always walking away instead of doing her work. She stayed gone more than she stayed doing her work. He straight up said she's the worst person. He said that she's the worst worker that does the job that we all do. He straight up said she's the worst worker. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm confused. And so I'm still trying to play that role. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Like, wow, I thought that y'all were friends. And he was like, man, she ain't my friend. Like, I'm cool with anybody. Cause like I told y'all before, he's very personable. And like, he's very easy to get along with. Like, everybody likes talking to him. Everybody likes being around him. Like, he makes it easy to talk to him. So that's why, as long as he don't never be disrespectful towards me or come off like he trying to roll up, I don't have a problem with speaking to him. So, when he said that, I was confused because I was like, wait a minute, because she makes every attempt to be all up in his face. We had one of our meetings before work today. I saw her today. And she was all up in his face. I was like, girl, you was just up in the married man face, the other married man face that you actively screwed, that you're mad at me about, who takes it upon himself to roll up on me. Then you go to the meeting, and before y'all meetings start, because it's just individual department meetings, she done rolled up on him and talking. She normally be so late to the meeting that the meeting done already started in some more. She been getting there early because he there, and he actually comes into work early. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, girl, you doing the most. And then, I already told y'all she's a twin. The other day, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday, I heard somebody, I thought it was the Heffa. It was her twin. Yet again, she don't even work up there with us. Yet she is always everywhere but somewhere working. Like, I'm just like, why is she on payroll? But I was like, why are you up here? And she was up in his face, laughing and talking. I was just like, girl, bye. But she decided that she wanted to try to have a problem when this fine man, this fine young specimen, was talking to me. Just saying. Golly. I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. I don't think I told y'all about that last time. But anyway, I would be brief on that because y'all already gonna be like, wait a minute, what's going on over there? I don't even want to get into that all the way. But anyway, I'm shocked that this man that set it off. But this is the sad part about all this. He said out of his own mouth, it's something wrong with her. I could tell that she the type of person that'll get somebody fired. I was like, what made you say that? And he was just like, I could just tell. I know it. And like one of my friends, she already told me that she feels as if that's what she's been trying to do to me this whole time. Trying to get me to quit or trying to get me fired. Because like I told y'all before, her and the person that she normally works with who's been out, I think she lying. But anyway, she talking about something wrong with her wrist. Y'all, at least once a month, this heifer is out. At least once a week. And I'm just like, girl, ain't nobody out like that. You ain't got time. You ain't got vacation time left. You ain't got sick time. I don't think she really got FMLA. I'm just like, girl, you out too much for me. You out at least once a week every single month. They need to look into that because I'd be like, what you not finna do is that. So anyway, I'm just like, the fact that he's saying every single thing I've ever said, I never hipped him to any of the stuff that I've ever said in reference to her when I've had to tell somebody who is somewhat above me or somebody who I am supposed to inform what's going on to or whatever. Y'all, I was just like, wow. And in all honesty, they both are in the same department, but he's just been lucky enough that the rotation list has been going the way that it has. And they've been needing people to be in my department because we've had 2-3 people. We've had 3 people in the last 2-3 months to leave. One person left and went to Florida, and the other 2 went to another shift. And so we lost people. So even though his department is the department that she works in, he has been religiously working in my department. He ain't really even hardly worked in his own department. So I'm just like, but I think that he feels relieved that he hasn't had to work with her. And that's sad. But this is the thing, y'all. He done put in something trying to go to another shift. And I'm like, the fact that he gonna go to another shift, he's trying his best to hope to get on to that shift. And he's gonna actually take somewhat of a pay cut, if you will, or whatever, because he's gonna start getting paid a little bit less, which I think is stupid. I feel like whatever you make in that department, you still gonna be doing the same exact job, you should be able to at least take what you have with you. what you're making with you or whatever. But it's just ignorance. It don't matter to me because, again, this is not my final place. This is not the place I'm going to be at. This is not where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? This is not my final destination. I don't know about nobody else. I know for her, that's probably her final destination, but that ain't mine. So, But the fact that this man legit said, the reason why I am going or trying my best to go to another shift is because of her. Come on now. Come on now. And I'm not the first person who's gone to a supervisor on her. I'm not the first person to go to HR on her. And I'm just like, I think to me, it just seems like it's all because she's been there longer than us and she volunteers and all this. I'm not volunteering. I'm sorry. I've been telling people individually who have been asking me, like, why don't I volunteer? Because they heard good things, quote unquote, about my work ethic, and I'm like, my work ethic is fine. It's fine. I just don't do that anymore, especially where I work now, because they be having us do the absolute most. It's not a hard job. It's just, they don't pay me enough to do. I get paid nice, but they be doing the absolute most. They be trying to kill us a little bit. Let's just say I've been losing weight. And I ain't even been trying at all. I'm just saying. Tired of the spirit. But I'm just like, the fact that this man is like, you know what? I don't even care. I got a wife and a son. I will take this pay cut to get away from you. Like, girl, you are the problem. It is apparent that you are the problem, but you want to sit up here and lie on me, trying to lie to myself. I'm not doing my work and trying to make it seem like I'm disappearing and not doing projects that I'm supposed to do. Like, what sense does that make? You're the only one out of the two of us that disappears and don't nobody know where you at. Like, she really does walk off and will stay gone longer than she is in her area. And everybody is like, where's she at though? Like, but you trying to drop a dime on me, and I'm actually in my area working. And several people have caught you in that same lie. Because it's like, you really trying to sabotage my job when you the one who need to be on the straight and narrow. Because you ain't never in place doing what you supposed to do. Oh, okay. I'm going to need you to make it make sense, dumb heifer. Make it make sense. So anyway, I was just shocked that he said that. And so after he revealed all that, and I could tell by the New York swag that he put on it. It's just the way he said it. The conviction in his voice and the way he said it, I was just like, okay, you done went off. I was not expecting him to say none of this. Like, he was so tired. I was like, whoa, you done went off, sir. So then I told him that I've actually had to go to HR on her, and I didn't want to do that. And he was like, no, you got to do what you got to do. No, you got to do whatever you got to do. Ain't nobody got to. I was like, I know that's right, because it's stupid. And I told him it was a hard decision because I didn't want to ever even go that route. I didn't want to go to my supervisor, which was the first step that I made. Eventually I went to my supervisor because she really, it's like, I already let her live. I was like, Heffa, I already let you live and you trying me still. She just continuously tried me. Months had passed by. I think it might have been a whole month later when I finally said something. But I had already been letting her live before that because she already was doing the most and I didn't know what was going on. Then she finally unleashed on me. So it actually, like, everything finally came to a head and she really tried me a month prior to me saying something, but she already was doing little things and I didn't understand why she was doing what she was doing months in advance. So I'm just like, girl, I already let you live. And you have a child. So I'm trying to spare you. I know your child needs the money that you make from this place. I'm trying to spare you. I've literally only gotten one person fired, quote unquote, so to speak. And that was because they weren't doing what they're supposed to do. We had a contract with this company when I was a social worker for the state of Alabama. And They had been begging and begging and begging to get this contract. They finally got the contract from us. They do in-home services. And I mean, for you to be begging for years to get this contract and you finally get it from the biggest county in the state of Alabama, you finally get that contract? Come on now. You supposed to come with your A game. This heifer had her master's degree. She had been out there, had been a social worker for 15 years. Why are my clients calling me, telling me, well, I ain't seen that lady since y'all brought her out there and introduced us to her. What you mean? What you mean? Like, see, I don't have time for stuff like that. And so I didn't intentionally get her fired. It's just the fact that they called me like, where was the lady at? They were like, where that lady at? Like, I don't understand. You said this lady's supposed to come out every week, a couple of times a week sometimes. We ain't seen her since that day that y'all brought her out there and introduced us. And I mean, like, I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was hot as I don't know what. It was literally over an hour away from my house. And I already was driving almost an hour to work one way anyway, y'all. I was tired in my spirit. And then I had to go out into the middle of like some woods and stuff. I'm like, I got to hope ain't no snakes out here. I already know the other animals that are out here. But I got to deal with that. But we done went through all this. But you ain't even present. But anyway, y'all, I got distracted. Interrupted rather. And with that situation, I'm just like, ma'am, that's all you had to do. And we didn't expect her to get fired. We thought that they were going to correct it by having her to go out there and do what she's supposed to do. Them people fired that heifer. And she, like I said, that woman had been a social worker for 15 years, had her master's degree. This was my first time ever doing anything social work related. And I'm just like, bruh, you were supposed to come up in there and do your job. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So I think ever since that happened, I've been kind of trying to tread lightly, especially if I know people have kids. But I don't know, from here on out, I might need to be like, whatever, because I'm pretty sure she would not care what my situation was. I'm out here by myself. I ain't got no family. My car on its last leg. I'm getting by. I'm doing everything I need to do. It is what it is. I ain't got no help, but I'm doing my job. But she's the type of person that will lie on me and make it seem like I'm not doing my job. And I ain't here for that. Like, she literally has lied to people who, if they didn't know me, they might have been inclined to believe that I really wasn't over here doing my job. And it's like, why? I'm not you. But anyway, y'all, I just found that very interesting that a married dude who she's interested in, who ain't interested in her, is tired of her and he wants to get away from her. He sees the toxicity that is just steaming off of her body. Like, I'm just like, the fact that I never even parted my lips to this man about her and how she does me and how she has done other people, it just speaks volumes. You're the problem, ma'am. It's you. But you want to be mad at everybody else. I can't stand somebody that want to be mad at everybody else and they the one who the problem. Oh, child. But anyway, the little bonus nugget, y'all. Okay, so I think I briefly told y'all that there was this fine dude that works there who I know is single or whatever. He a little bit younger than me or whatever. But y'all, I was a thug about it and I rolled up on him. I be trying to tell people I will be a thug about it. So I was a thug about it. I rolled up on him. And, you know, I started a conversation, you know what I'm saying? I ain't go off the deep end. I ain't set it all the way off like I wanted to do the way that I said it in my mind. I ain't do that. But I started the conversation. He was receptive. He was very, very focused. He was looking me in my eyes. Y'all, it's the gap for me. I don't know what is going on here. What is going on here? But he was already fine. But he just had a gap. The gap was everything. And I don't know what it is. Lately, there have been guys in this area who have nice gaps. The ratio, the distance, it is exactly where it needs to be. Like, it is very befitting them. I don't know what that's about, but I like gaps. don't know what is going on here. But yeah, like I already told y'all, he was tall, dark, handsome, had a beard, and he got a gap. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, had a conversation with him. And to make a long story short, he is the type of person that it would take a miracle and then some for anything to pop off between the two of us, because he is very into family. He literally just go to work and just interact with his family. He has had situations that have happened in the past where he tried to do the outside of work, dealing with people from work and all this other stuff, and then it went sideways. And he's just like me in the regard of, I want to know what happened. Like, why did this friendship not work? Why don't you want to associate with me anymore? Like, what is happening? And it could be something that ain't got nothing to do with you. And in most cases, it's not. It's been other people or somebody hating. It's been weird stuff. So yeah, I'm just that type of person. Like with this Heffa, with the side Heffa, I wanted to know for the longest why she would never speak back to me. And then she finally spoke one time, and then it seemed like it was killing her just to speak back that day. But then after that, not long after that, the married dude started talking to me, and then all of a sudden it was time to yell at her. I was just like, why are you yelling? I was like, girl, why are you yelling at me? I don't understand. Like it was just so stupid, y'all. But anyway, this dude is fine, but I'm just saying he's just the type, like he's like, I don't want to say nerdy. I can't even, y'all, I don't know. But anyway, after we had that conversation, oh yeah, while we were having the conversation, tell me why Side Heffa's twin saw us having a conversation and was looking all in our mouths. Ain't nothing going on over here for you to be trying to look over here and see what we talking about, because we started laughing about something. Like, if y'all knew what was going on that day, y'all be like, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, too much was going on at your job. But too much was going on at your job that day. When I tell y'all, when I told the people who came in after us what was going on, they was like, what? Like, oh, y'all, we all should have been at the house. That's how much stuff was going down that day. It was just too much going on. Like, wasn't no drama. It was just stuff at the job that was just out of our control that was happening. But I kept saying, I think I'm going to be a thug about it and roll up. And my friend just so happened to say, I bet you won't do it. I said, you bet I won't do what? Because I had already said to myself, I'm going to roll up on him before my lunch break. And I did it. I didn't tell her I was going to do it. I was just going to tell her when I got off work. But I rolled up. And it is what it is. So, I mean, even though he's like geeky, nerdy, whatever, like he still lived for me. We had an in-depth conversation. I understand how he is now. But it didn't deter him from speaking back to me. I can tell he's one of those people that you have to like really initiate a conversation if it's going to be a deep conversation in most cases, until he gets to know you. But he and I are not around one another enough for that to happen. So it just is what it is. So we just go say hey in passing, and he just go look at butt cheeks and thighs and whatever he be looking at when he get his entire life, and acting like he doing some work when he staring at me. And I'm gonna be glancing and looking at that beard. And I mean, I mean, I could have been his beard oil, but it is what it is. Bye, y'all. Have a good day.